Hi there guys, this is Card back with another video, and in this video we're gonna be talking about assist skills and when we should be using which assist skill, what teams require which assist skill and stuff like that. It's all about assist skills in general. So let's begin. We have the first assist skill, which is heal, and for me personally I would definitely keep heal in the top 5 assist skills that is available to us. Now the assist effect that we read right here is not the real assist skill level that you will be getting. Let me remind you, because this 22% makes it max HP and reduction is at 6 stars, and remember, once you get an assist skill it's always at 0 stars to begin with. So the actual percentages will always differ, the actual description will differ based on the stars you have collected. So anyways, heal basically gets casted in even rounds, and it restores 22% of the HP for all your party members, and this is their own HP, not the highest character's HP, and everyone is healed, and at the same time everyone is given damage reduction of 22% for 2 rounds. Now for some reason right now in the game there seems to be some bug where all the assist skills are being casted in every round, so it's not even rounds for the time being, it's every round. If there is an update based on this where the assist skills are actually fixed and the even round ones only get casted in the even rounds, I'll create an updated video. But otherwise, this is definitely in the top 5. Right after that comes the California Smash assist skill. And this is supposed to be casted in odd rounds, but it casts in every round as I mentioned. And this gives you 1 rage, and it has a percentage on that rage, and it does not always give you the crit rate because that's at 6 stars if you remember. But it's supposed to restore 1 rage and give you 28% at a damage bonus for all the allies or all your characters for 2 rounds, and it also increases their crit rate by 10. So this is definitely in the top 3 of my recommendations. And then right after that comes Black Hole. Black Hole reduces all enemies' rage by 1 and has 30% chance to silence all the enemies for 1 round. And if you remember, silence basically means the characters cannot do their ultimate skill, but they could do their normal attack if they do not have enough rage, if just as a clarification. So that's definitely another one which is in top 5. And then I will go on with the other golden ones. We have Texas Smash, which is also casted in every round, and it deals 90% P damage to a random target and then 30% of the max HP. So this is pretty good of a assist skill, and the higher the stars, the higher the percentage of P damage right here, and it can definitely deal a bit of damage. Now personally, from what I have seen, as you go further into the end game, this assist skill becomes a bit more useless, to be honest, because the damage that is being dealt is nowhere as comparable to what other assist skills could give you at the same level and the same level of investment in the stars. So yeah, this is definitely one there, but I wouldn't recommend to have this all the time in your party. We have some other ones, which are the explosion suppression assist skill. Now personally I do not use a scorch team or a burn team, but if you do have a burn team or a scorch team, this assist skill can definitely be useful. What it does is it does 20% energy damage or magic damage, M damage, to all the enemies with a 100% chance to inflict scorch. And this 100% changes based on the star level. So at 6 stars it's 100%. It might be something lower at lower stars, and I can also show you the star upgrades and what they give you based on what it is, and that's for 2 rounds. And this also goes, or like it always inflicts the scorch every round again. It's casted every round rather than every even or odd. So it says odd rounds here, but nope, that's not how it works. And then right after that we have Dance of Death, and this is the exact opposite meta. So if you're using a bleed team with like Toga or someone, this this assist skill can definitely help you a lot, because basically in odd rounds, or technically right now in every round, it deals 20% M damage to all the enemies with a 100% chance to inflict bleed for 2 rounds. Now again, this 100% bleed reduces, the chance reduces, and also I think the 20% energy damage, but we can check that real quick after the explanation, to all your team, to all the opponents, and inflicts bleed on them for 2 rounds. So that's that. And then another one which could definitely hit the top 5, but I think it's definitely the 6th position, I would say, is the big iceberg. Now here, the best part out of this is the 5% damage boost to all your allies till the end of the battle. Now if you remember, California Smash only gives it for 2 rounds, right here, whereas the iceberg stays till the end of the battle. So that is pretty insane, because if you are able to proc this every round for 4 rounds, you already have the exact same buff you would have for just 2 rounds from California Smash. So this is definitely something up there. Now the only issue with this assist skill is, at lower investment, that is at 0 stars to like 4 stars, the chance of it happening is a bit lower, and same is for Black Hole. I'll explain that real quick. At 0 stars, there's 50% chance that this skill goes off that this assist skill is casted in any round. So there's a 50% chance that you are casting this skill. And so it's completely luck based until like 4 or 5 stars. I can't recall exactly. So that is one reason that it does not hit the top 5. Black Hole on the other side, it has a 50% chance to cast in every round. At the same time, it also has 50% chance to reduce the rate. So overall, this assist skill, if Black Hole is casted and it reduces the rage, it's perfect. But there are times when it will not even cast, or if it casts, it won't even reduce the rage. So that is another reason why this is only in top 5 but not top 3 or top 2 or top 1, if you know what I mean. And apart from those, we have the purple ones. In the purple ones, the best one is Gravity Plus, by far. And personally, this is the best assist skill that I have ever seen, which is in the lower quality of the assist skills. And basically what it does is, in odd rounds, though right now it's in every round to be honest, it has a 110% chance or 100% chance to stun a random target and reduce its rage by 3. So now, firstly, this is a purple assist skill, so it's pretty easy to obtain from the assist skill shop, and it's also quite reasonable than the golden assist skills. And I personally prefer this a lot if you're going for PvP. This is a pretty incredible one, definitely. And 4 stars is definitely a must, because at 4 stars you have a 100% chance, but otherwise you have like a 50, 75, 85, 95 or something. That's how the first 3 stars go. I don't recall the exact numbers. So this is pretty recommendable. And a Somnambulist is basically in even rounds, even though right now it goes off in every round, again, because of that bug we have right now in the game. It has a 38% chance to stun all enemies. Now this is the best part. The all enemies part is the best. It has a 38% chance. I know that is pretty low, and again, that's at 6 stars. So at lower stars, it's gonna be probably even lower. But for 1 round, and it's casted in every round right now because of the bug we have, but if it stuns all the enemies, or even if it does not stun all enemies, it has 40% chance. So that basically means it is going to stun at least 2 to 3 on average at the highest star. And at the lowest star, that is 0, I think it's 20%. So it's still pretty decent. And this is definitely recommendable for PvE, like heroic chapters, heroic training, and hero tower. So definitely recommendable. And everything apart from what the ones that I've explained right now are not that good. Personally, I would not recommend using either of those. So everything you see right now, everything that I explained before this, were pretty good. Because from here on, the stats already, like the base stats already reduced. Like if you see, a golden one has 138k, whereas a purple one has 60,000. That's exactly even lesser than half actually. And then the blue ones have even lower, and then forget about the green ones. So anyways, after that is reciprocal turbo. So basically what this does is, it chooses a random enemy or in the front row So if you have 3 of them in the front row, it will choose one randomly, and then it has a 30% chance at 6 stars to stun just one enemy. Whereas if you remember, Somnambulist has 40% chance to stun every enemy, right? You see the difference? So it's definitely way better. And it also deals a bit amount of P damage to the enemy, but again, that's such a low scaling that it wouldn't even cause them any damage. And also, it reduces the rage by 1, and that too is a 95% chance. So there is a very slight chance that you will miss. So if you know what I'm talking about, it is decent, still better than the blue or the green ones, but not the best you can have. Then we have the blue ones, target electro assist skill. It has a 50% chance of release. At 6 stars, it has a 50% chance. That is fairly low, and I would definitely not recommend that. But basically all it does is it deals 125% magic damage to an enemy line. Now this enemy line basically means a column that is 2 of your enemies. So it's gonna be in a straight line rather than a horizontal line, if you know what I mean. So it's gonna attack 2 of them, not 3 of them at once. And if you have already defeated like one line of enemy, it's only gonna attack 1, and it has 50% chance. And it basically numbs them. It has a 50% chance, again 50% chance to cast and 50% chance to numb, so it's like a lot of luck. 25% of the 25% chance that it actually works. That is why I don't recommend it. Then we have a Warp Refraction. Now this is one assist skill that is given out in Wish Realm, and I've seen a lot of newer players buy this. I would totally not recommend buying this one, because one, all it does is just attacks a random enemy for very little damage. Again, because you know how the base stat is pretty low, it barely deals any damage, and it gives one of your ally, it's only one ally, it gives them 1 rage. I would definitely rather prefer a rage regen character as a support in your team than this one, because it's just not that good, to be honest. Then we have Naval Saber assist skill, and basically this also gets casted in every round right now, and it does attack in a row or like a column manner, which basically just attacks 2 enemies rather than 3, and it has a 50% chance to reduce the target's rage by 2. So this has a 50% chance to reduce the rage by 1 for both the enemies that are hit in that column. And then we have the green ones. I would totally not recommend getting these. I mean, you could definitely get those to unlock your gallery and increase your benefits, but like your team stats, but otherwise I wouldn't recommend that. Basically what it does is it gets casted in every round again because of that issue, and it just deals 175% P damage to a random enemy. That's it. And then we also have clones, which is pretty similar. The only difference being it deals 60% magic damage or M damage to 3 random enemies, and it's not that reliable or useful. So my best picks, for player versus player like UAP, QSJ, and stuff like that, I will always go for Carolina Smash. And even if you're doing heroic training or heroic chapters and Hero Tower, Carolina Smash has always been something that I have been using for all this time. So this is definitely the best assist skill that is in the game right now, and I would definitely go for this one. Right after that comes Heal. Now Heal has its usage. The only time when I wouldn't use Heal, and I don't use Heal right now, but Heal was in my team for the longest, to be honest. It was even before I had Carolina Smash. But the only reason I kept Heal for a long time was I had a tank team. Basically what I had was I will have Kirishima tank in all the damage, and so Heal right here heals your character most importantly, and at the same time gives them damage reduction, and Kirishima needs that damage reduction and that HP healing as well. So that is why I had it for most of the time. But apart from just that, for player versus player like UAP, if you do not have a tanky team, I would not recommend this assist skill. But for floors like Heroic Chapters or Hero Tower, this is a really great pick, even better than Carolina Smash if you think about it, because it can definitely reduce the damage that you're taking by the opponents and at the same time heal your characters. So definitely a must pick. Right after that comes Black Hole, because one at 3 stars, it has a really high proc rate, like 70% at 3 stars. um, and at the same time, that 70% chance, I feel like that 70% is pretty much 100% because I've never seen it not cast in any round. So definitely something. It reduces the rage by one. And in player versus player, if the opponent is not able to do their ultimate, I have noticed one thing, that if the character does not do their ultimate, it's highly unlikely that your player, like, you're going to lose, because ultimate is the highest source of damage for most of the characters apart from some. So yeah, definitely something that I would keep in top 5. Right after that comes Gravity Plus. Now this right here, in player versus player, this is a huge must. Like, if you're going against an opponent who has like one specifically overpowered character, and if that overpowered character survives for the second round or even the first round, like, I accept the first round, it's random, but mostly you will have all of the support characters or like the weak characters wiped out by the second round. And in the second round, you have a 100% chance to stun it, because it's even easier to buy from the assist skill shop. You can definitely start it up. And this is a must have assist skill in your team if you're doing player versus player. And for player versus enemies like Heroic Tower or Hero Tower, those things, I would also recommend this, because stunning your opponents in your Hero Tower or Heroic Journey, it's really important so that they don't attack you, because when your level increases and like the higher stages you go, it's very hard to sustain that damage and like take all the damage that has been hit on you. So it's definitely something, because it can stun that opponent every round, and it's pretty insane in general. So yeah, definitely a must have. And then right after that comes, personally, is the Big Iceberg. Now, for player versus player, this is a very good assist skill to have. If you have like a good investment on this and have higher stars on it, and it procs every round, then you can easily surpass or like get a lot of damage bonus just from this, and also deal higher damage. So it's definitely recommended if you have good investment on it for the time being. So yeah, and right after that is the Somnambulist. Now this is a completely player versus enemy assist skill. This is a huge must-have if you are doing your Hero Towers or Heroic Journey, because having that 40% chance to stun all your enemies makes you take less damage, and at the same time deal more damage, because obviously your characters don't die if you're not taking damage. So this is a really good assist skill for player versus enemy. And if I forgot to mention, Black Hole is definitely a must-have in player versus enemy, because it reduces the rage for all the enemies, and if they cannot do their ultimate, and as I mentioned, ultimate is the best source of damage that you can have, and if they're not able to do their ultimate, then it's completely useless. Like, the opponents are not going to be able to kill your characters. So definitely a must-have in player versus enemy. And in PvP, it can also help, because your opponent is not able to do their ultimate, but you could potentially do your ultimate, if that makes sense. So yeah, and apart from the assist skills that I mentioned, oh yeah, the Dance of Death, if you're using a bleed team with Toga and other characters who inflict bleed, I can't recall exactly who are the other characters who inflict bleed right now, but if you are using a bleed team and you know what characters I'm talking about, then this skill is pretty good. Because right now, if you have invested on Toga quite a bit, she deals extra damage to opponents who are currently bleeding. So if you are able to inflict bleed with this assist skill right here, your damage automatically increases from your Toga. So this is a must-have if you're using a bleed team. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend this as such. And the same goes for explosion suppression. If you're using a Scorch or a Burn team with like Endeavor, Bakugo, Dabi, and all these characters, then this is a must-have, because all of these characters deal extra damage or like double the damage sometimes to opponents who are currently burning or under Scorch. So definitely something that I would recommend if you're using a Burn or a Scorch team, but apart from that, I wouldn't recommend this. So yeah, those were the best assist skills that I can say that currently exist in the game. And yeah, that was pretty much the guide. And what I use right now are California Smash, as I mentioned, that it is the best for the damage dealing scenario, and right now you can see I have an 80% chance to restore that rage because it's only 3 stars, and gravity plus, it's 4 stars for me, so I have a 100% chance to stun an opponent and reduce their rage by 1. So it's pretty good in general. For black hole, I kind of underleveled this recently to get my gravity plus a bit higher on stars, so that's why you see it on level 30, but I would recommend level 40. And I would always recommend to get all your assist skills to a same level, like 20 20 20, 40 40 40 or something like that, so that all of them can develop equally, because the higher the stars, the better their effects become. So yeah, definitely keep going for that. And if you do not have like equalized ones, then focus on something that is more important, like Carolina Smash. I can probably get this to 80 so that it works pretty good, and the rest can be at 60, just as an example. But if you know what I mean, just like focus on the ones which is the most important for your team. So that was probably all the significant explanation that I had to give. And yeah, I hope that really helps y'all. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you like and subscribe and press the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any explanations and character builds and other stuff that I make. So yeah, thank you. Bye bye.